Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Don.
And this is the Ron and Don Show. Thank you for joining us today. Our topic today is non-negotiables. Now, on a prior episode, we explored a show called Non-Negotiables.
Ron, that was episode 44.
I'll accept that for that. Okay. In non-negotiables, when we talked about those, we were talking about items that, in essence, a facility manager would have kind of a pre-clearance to do those things if they came up or if they were spotted. And basically, non-negotiables are any items that impact guest or crew safety, perhaps brand image, or guest satisfaction.
One of our viewers contacted me on LinkedIn after viewing some of our shows, and he stated, Ron and Don, I always enjoy these episodes. Non-negotiables, you pretty much covered everything, so I'm not sure what was left. It would be interesting to hear what is negotiable and how to negotiate those. The non-negotiables do cover a very broad spectrum of things that can go wrong in a restaurant or anywhere. What makes them non-negotiables is they've gone from something that needs to be done to critical. It is highly damaging to the guests, as we talked about, or safety or whatever. It is that gray area it crossed into this is bad and we have to take care of it immediately, and we've given the facilities manager authority to now take it off of the manager's plate or to immediately execute the process to get it done. I'll give you an example. What would normally be a non-negotiable in the summer might be a thing that has to wait in the winter. In Detroit in January, if the ephes on the outside of the building starts spalling off and makes the building look like it's got chicken pox, that would be non-negotiable in the summer. In the winter, we'd have to tent the whole building, cause all kinds of disruption, and the damage to our image and to our guests would be greater in that particular season. Once the weather warms up and we're into the season where it can be done very quickly and effectively, then it becomes a non-negotiable. It is the extent to which the problem has grown or how bad it is for our guests and staff that makes it non-negotiable. There's a lot of things on that list, but it's not necessarily everything has to be done that's on the list all the time.
So I think, just to say it another way, because there's a lot of double negatives being thrown around out there, what our viewer asked us to do is, with our episode of non-negotiables, those things that cannot wait, what items would not be included in a non-negotiable list? And I think what we're talking about here are things that would be captured as an example on a restaurant survey and would ordinarily flow through to a planned work budget.
For example, let's say you've done your survey and you find that you have a 15-year-old air conditioner that's working, but it's really time to replace it. That's not on your non-negotiable. A 5-year-old water heater in the north where it gets stressed all winter long with the cold water coming in, you want to put it on the budget or plan for that replacement. If you got a bunch of tables and chairs that are getting old and decrepit and you're going to plan for that in the future, let's say that somebody comes through and says they want to do a Wi-Fi upgrade for the guests. Well, that's something that is not critical right this moment, but it is something that we want to do for the guests. That doesn't fall into the non-negotiable. It's not critical right this moment. Landscaping, signage, upgrades, if the sign's not falling over or the face isn't blown off of it or the landscaping isn't dangerous, it's something you can do over the next month or so without having a negative impact.
So these are items that have to flow through the normal channels for approval process.
Correct. And if you're going through a budgeting process, you may find that non-negotiables, again, don't fall into that process because you're looking at 12 to 18 months out, something that you want to get done. That 15-year-old air conditioner may last till then, so you budget for it, as opposed to doing it in a couple of months.
So what we're talking about are non-negotiables, those things that can wait, can be planned for, can be budgeted for, and can be approved in time as cash flow may warrant or seasonal variability may warrant. So non-negotiables. I'm Ron.
I'm Don.
This is the Ron and Don Show. Thank you for joining us today. Please subscribe.